You have spent your entire life trying to stay healthy. But why does your heart still feel so tired? Why is it that with just one follow-up appointment, the doctor tells you your blood pressure is not stable, your heart is getting weaker, and there is a risk of complications? If you are already over the age of 60, then everything you eat, every habit you hold on to, and even the things you believe are good for your health, could actually be silently turning their back on you. And what worries me the most is that many people think they are doing everything right. They eat green vegetables every day, cut out fried foods, eliminate sugar, and exercise regularly, yet their hearts continue to weaken. As a cardiologist, I have seen hundreds of elderly patients walk into my clinic showing the exact same signs: constant fatigue, dizziness, irregular heartbeat, and they all say the same sentence: "I do not understand. I have done everything I possibly can. So why is my heart not getting any better?" The heartbreaking truth is that some vegetables, which seem completely healthy, might actually be pushing your heart right to the edge of collapse. It is not because these vegetables are bad. It is because of how you eat them, or the silent interactions they may have with the medications you are taking. That could be destroying all of your efforts. In this video, I am going to point out 5 common vegetables and explain why. If you eat them the wrong way, they can seriously harm your heart. I will also show you safer alternatives that are more suitable for bodies over the age of 60. Options that help protect the heart instead of making it struggle even more. Stay with me until the end of the video, because the dangerous vegetable might already be sitting in your fridge, the one you still think is good for your heart. Before we dive into the main content, if this is your first time visiting the channel, make sure to hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell. On this channel, you will find small things that can change the entire course of your life. And if you find today's content helpful, please leave a yes in the comment section. And if you do not hesitate to type no. Every bit of feedback helps us support you better in the next video. Red chili peppers, a spice full of memories, but also a potential risk for your heart. For many people, especially as we get older, a meal is not just about nutrition. It is about emotions, family traditions, and childhood memories. And more than once, a little heat from red chili peppers is all it takes to bring those memories rushing back. A mildly spicy soup, a stir-fry that tingles the tip of your tongue. It might seem like just a spice, but sometimes it carries an unexpected danger for your heart. Red chili peppers, especially those with intense heat like dried chilies, chili powder, or fresh hot varieties, can stimulate the nervous system, increase adrenaline, and speed up your heart rate. For younger, healthier individuals, the body can easily handle these responses. But for people over the age of 60, when the heart becomes more sensitive and blood vessels are no longer as flexible as before, these effects can become a serious burden. I have had many patients come into my clinic with symptoms like palpitations, chest discomfort, or sudden spikes in blood pressure with no clear cause. They thought it was due to stress or lack of sleep. But after a deeper conversation, there was always one common thread: a recent spicy meal. The important point is not how much spicy food you eat, but how your body reacts to it. Spicy food causes your blood vessels to constrict and your blood pressure to rise quickly. And if you already have heart disease or high blood pressure, this can push you into a danger zone, sometimes after just one meal. It does not stop there. Regularly eating spicy food also increases chronic inflammation in the vascular system, making it harder for blood to circulate. Over time, the pathways that carry blood to your heart weaken, narrow, and that is when the real risk begins. But this does not mean you have to live with bland and boring meals. I truly believe your heart does not need to work harder just so your food can have more flavor. There are plenty of ways to make your meals rich and satisfying without putting strain on your heart. Roasted garlic, fresh ginger, lemon zest, and herbs can all bring incredible flavor without causing your blood pressure to spike. Always remember this: what delights your taste buds should also keep your body safe. Because a moment of comfort should never come at the cost of pain in your chest. And if just a bit of spicy chili can make your heart flutter, then what else is being praised as a healthy vegetable, but could actually be dangerous when used the wrong way? Spinach. When a vegetable that seems good ends up making your heart medication useless. Spinach has always been called a superfood. You see it in morning smoothie recipes, in fresh green salads that everyone believes are great for the heart. But there is a little known truth, especially for those who are taking heart medication, that this vegetable can quietly cause serious consequences. I often see patients walk into my clinic with full confidence that they are doing everything right. They have cut out fried foods. They eat clean, take their medication consistently, and add green vegetables to every meal. But what they do not know is that spinach contains a high amount of vitamin K, a nutrient that causes the blood to clot. Normally, that is not a problem. But if you are taking blood thinners like warfarin, vitamin K actually reduces the effectiveness of the medication. It makes your blood thicker, increases the risk of blood clots. And the most dangerous part is that you may not feel a thing until a complication hits. A few leaves in your dinner, a morning smoothie, it all sounds healthy. But if you are on heart medication and do not tell your doctor when you change your diet, those very choices could be removing the most important layer of protection your heart has. There is nothing wrong with eating spinach, as long as you eat a consistent amount and have proper medical supervision. The danger does not lie in the food itself, but in the fact that you do not know how it is interacting with the medication inside your body. After the age of 60, the best thing you can do for your heart is not just to eat clean, but to eat smart, because sometimes, the very thing you think is helping you might be undoing all your efforts. And if spinach, such a familiar dish, can neutralize your medication, can you imagine what else might be hiding in your fridge right now? Keep watching the next part, where I will talk about a small side dish that contains more salt than an entire bag of potato chips, and how it is quietly making sure your blood pressure never settles. Pickled cucumbers, a small, crunchy, salty side dish that is quietly pushing your blood pressure beyond its limits. We all know we should avoid fast food, skip the fried stuff, and cut back on sugar. But there is one culprit hiding in plain sight on the plates of many older adults that almost no one notices. It is those crunchy slices of pickled cucumbers, a side dish that seems harmless but is actually one of the most silently harmful things for your heart. Pickled cucumbers are often eaten with sandwiches, salads, grilled meats. They are refreshing and easy to enjoy. But if you are monitoring your blood pressure or have heart issues, then every bite of pickled cucumber may be bringing you closer to chronic high blood pressure, and you might not even realize it. The problem lies in the salt. Salt does more than just add flavor. It causes the body to retain more water within the blood vessels, increasing blood volume, and as a result, forcing the heart to work harder to pump blood throughout the body. Blood pressure rises, blood vessels stiffen, and if this continues over time, it can eventually lead to heart failure. Many of my patients have wondered why their blood pressure will not go down, even though they have quit drinking alcohol, started eating clean, and are exercising regularly. And when I take a closer look at their food journals, I often find this simple fact: they are still eating pickled cucumbers every day, without realizing that they are the hidden trigger. What makes this truly frightening is that salt does not create obvious symptoms. There are no warning signs until a stroke occurs, or you experience chest pain, shortness of breath, or receive a diagnosis of congestive heart failure from your doctor. By that point, your body has already been under too much pressure for too long. And it is not just pickled cucumbers that contain hidden salt. Canned vegetables, packaged soups, and even foods marketed as healthy can contain surprisingly high levels of salt that you would never expect. The simplest and most effective solution is to cook at home. Read food labels carefully, and instead of seasoning with salt, try using herbs, lemon, garlic, or apple cider vinegar to add flavor without harming your heart. Remember, you are doing so many things right to take care of your health. Do not let one small side dish undo all of that effort. Now, what about a vegetable that is even more familiar? Crisp and fresh, often eaten raw because we think it is healthy, but could be hiding dangers your eyes simply cannot see? Raw sprouts, a food that looks clean but might be pushing your heart to the edge of danger. They look fresh, crunchy, and seem healthy. You will often see sprouts in salads, sandwiches, or macrobiotic bowls. For many people who want to eat clean and live well, especially in retirement, just adding a handful of raw sprouts to their plate feels like the right choice. But there is one truth that few people are warned about. Raw sprouts, despite their fresh appearance, are actually among the highest risk foods for bacterial contamination, and older adults should be especially cautious. The reason is simple. To sprout, seeds require a warm and moist environment. Unfortunately, that is also the perfect condition for dangerous bacteria like E. coli, Salmonella, or Listeria to grow. For younger individuals, a bacterial infection might only lead to a temporary stomach upset. But after the age of 60, the immune system is weaker, and any type of bacteria can lead to serious consequences. I once treated a patient who thought they were just experiencing a mild digestive issue. But their condition quickly escalated into a severe infection that caused dehydration, dangerously low blood pressure, sepsis, and even endocarditis, life-threatening inflammation of the heart's inner lining. And in many cases, the root cause came from a food they believed was healthy, raw sprouts. What breaks my heart is that they did nothing wrong. They were simply trying to eat better, choosing foods that are green, fresh, and clean. But your body at 30 is not the same as your body at 60. What was once safe may now pose a real risk if not handled correctly. Sprouts are not the enemy. But if you want to eat them, cook them. A quick stir-fry, a light steam, or just a few seconds in boiling water can eliminate most harmful bacteria while preserving their crunch and flavor. Do not let something that just looks healthy ruin all the effort you have put into protecting your heart. Heart health does not come from simply eating more vegetables. It comes from choosing the right ones, preparing them the right way, and making sure they match your current immune strength. The next part will reveal a dangerous combination that you might already be making at dinner, without even realizing it. Raw garlic. When something praised as a natural medicine ends up putting your heart at risk. Garlic has long been considered a powerful natural remedy. People say it helps lower cholesterol, improves blood circulation, and prevents heart disease. Many individuals over the age of 60 include garlic as part of their home health routine, adding raw garlic to their meals or even swallowing whole cloves each morning like medicine. And it is true, garlic does have real health benefits. But just like anything that is very potent, when used the wrong way, it can backfire and become harmful, especially to your heart. What many people do not know is that raw garlic has a strong blood-thinning effect. If you are already taking anticoagulants like warfarin or aspirin to prevent blood clots or reduce the risk of stroke, adding raw garlic to your diet can accidentally cause your blood to become too thin. This can lead to dangerous symptoms like prolonged nosebleeds, unexplained bruising, black or tarry stools, or even sudden drops in blood pressure, and you might not understand why it is happening. I have seen many such cases. People believed they were doing the right thing, taking care of their health naturally, only to end up in the hospital because of a single clove of raw garlic a day. And it does not stop at bleeding. Raw garlic can also lower your blood pressure too much if consumed in large amounts, especially if you are already on blood pressure medication. That can lead to dizziness, fatigue, or even fainting. And if your blood pressure drops so low that your heart cannot get enough blood to function, that is when real damage begins. I know you are trying your best. You avoid fried food, you never skip meals, and you believe in natural solutions over excessive medication. But even natural foods must be used with proper knowledge, at the right time, and in the right amount. If you enjoy the flavor of garlic, choose cooked garlic and consume it in moderation. Most importantly, let your doctor know if you plan to take it daily as a kind of supplement. Because sometimes, the very thing you believe is helping you could be undoing all the work your medications are doing. Your body at 60 does not respond the same way it did at 30. The wisdom in caring for your health now is not in eating more good things, but in truly understanding what is right for you. So after everything, what should older adults actually eat to truly protect their hearts? At this point, you might be wondering, so what can I still eat? If even vegetables can be harmful, if the things I once believed were good could actually backfire, how can I take proper care of my heart? The answer does not lie in complex diets or expensive, heavily marketed superfoods. Your heart after the age of 60 does not need perfection. It needs simplicity, consistency, and kindness. You need vegetables that are not only good for your blood vessels but also suitable for a body that is changing year by year. Dishes like warm lentil soup, roasted sweet potatoes, steamed carrots, lightly boiled broccoli, cooked tomatoes, Sautéed kale with a touch of extra virgin olive oil. These are meals that can heal from within. They provide antioxidants, potassium, fiber, and plant compounds that reduce inflammation, balance blood pressure, and gently support your tired heart. What matters is not just what you eat, but how you eat. There is no need to follow strict or extreme diet plans. All it takes is a little cooked vegetable each day, a bit of whole food that is not overly processed, and most importantly, a diet that works in harmony with the medications you are taking. Because even the healthiest food can backfire if it goes against your treatment. I have witnessed extraordinary transformations from the smallest changes. A bowl of simple soup instead of fast food. A light dinner with steamed vegetables instead of heavy fried meals. With just a little persistence, your heart will thank you every single day. And if you are worried that healthy eating means boring, flavorless meals, try changing the way you season your food. A bit of roasted garlic, a sprig of rosemary, a slice of fresh ginger, or a few drops of lemon juice can elevate a dish without the need for salt or excess oil. Food is not just fuel for the body. It is care. It is love. It can be what helps you live longer. Live healthier, not just for yourself, but for the people you love. What I have shared in this video is not just information. These are gentle reminders that you deserve to live a healthy life. A meaningful life, and a life that is true to who you really are. Take a moment to think about what truly stood out to you in today's video. What made you nod your head? What made you want to make a change? Share it in the comments below. Because when you share, you are not only helping yourself, you are also inspiring others. None of us have to walk this journey alone. Together, we can build a community of people who live healthy, stay mindful, and choose to live with intention. And if you would like to keep receiving messages like this, make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. We are always here to support you in living a long, steady, and meaningful life. Thank you for taking the time to watch. Live in a way that you know you deserve. Every day, with every heartbeat.